What if I told you that 95% of people will never achieve financial freedom, not because they don't earn enough money, but because nobody ever taught them how money actually works? Right now, millions of people are working harder than ever, earning more than their parents ever dreamed of. Yet, they're still living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt and wondering why they can never get ahead financially. Today, we're diving deep into Abhijeet Kolapkar's groundbreaking book, Money Works: The Guide to Financial Literacy, a complete blueprint that reveals the money secrets the wealthy have been using for generations while the rest of us were kept in the dark. Here's the harsh reality. You were never taught how money really works. School taught you algebra and history, but nobody explained compound interest, inflation, or how to make your money work for you instead of you working for money. You've been playing the money game with half the rules missing. But here's the incredible news. It's not too late. The principles in this book have created more millionaires than any other financial strategies combined. And the best part? They're simple enough that anyone can understand and implement them, regardless of your current income or financial situation. Over the next 30 minutes, you'll discover the complete financial literacy system that can transform your relationship with money forever. You'll learn why most people stay poor despite earning good incomes, how to escape the paycheck-to-paycheck trap, and most importantly, how to build real wealth that creates financial freedom for life. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap to take control of your finances, eliminate financial stress, and start building the wealthy future you deserve. This isn't just about making more money. This is about fundamentally changing how money flows in your life. So, if you're ready to stop being a financial victim and start being a financial victor, let's dive into the money secrets that will change your life forever. Chapter 1. The Financial Literacy Crisis. Let's start with a wake-up call that might shock you. Kolapkar opens with devastating statistics. 78% of people live paycheck to paycheck. 40% of Americans can't handle a $400 emergency. And the average person retires with less than $100,000 saved after working for 40 years. But here's what's truly shocking. This isn't happening because people don't earn enough money. Many of these financially struggling people earn six-figure incomes. The problem is something much deeper and more dangerous: financial illiteracy. Kolapkar explains that we have an education system that teaches us everything except the one skill we'll use every single day for the rest of our lives: how to manage and grow money. You can get a PhD in engineering, but you were never taught the difference between good debt and bad debt. You can run a successful business, but you might not understand how inflation is silently stealing your wealth every year. This financial illiteracy isn't an accident. It's by design. The wealthy have always understood that financial knowledge is power, and they've had no incentive to share this knowledge with the masses. Banks, credit card companies, and financial institutions profit enormously from your financial ignorance. Think about it. When you don't understand compound interest, you become a customer paying compound interest to banks instead of earning it. When you don't understand investing, you keep your money in savings accounts earning 0.1%, while inflation eats away 3 to 4% of your purchasing power every year. When you don't understand the difference between assets and liabilities, You think your expensive car and big house are making you wealthy when they're actually keeping you poor. Kolapkar introduces a concept he calls the financial matrix, a system designed to keep you working for money your entire life instead of having money work for you. The matrix convinces you that the path to wealth is to get good grades, get a good job, work hard, and save money. But this advice, which worked for previous generations, is now a recipe for financial mediocrity in today's economy. Here's the brutal truth. While you've been following the old rules of money, the game has completely changed. Inflation is higher, job security is lower, and traditional pensions have disappeared. The wealthy adapted to these changes decades ago, but most people are still playing by outdated rules. The first step to financial freedom is recognizing that you've been programmed with limiting beliefs about money. You've been taught that wanting wealth is greedy, that money doesn't buy happiness, that rich people are evil. These beliefs were installed in your mind to keep you content with financial struggle. Kolapkar shares a powerful realization. Money is not the root of evil. The lack of money is. When you don't have enough money, you're stressed, your relationships suffer, your health declines, and you can't help others the way you want to. Money doesn't solve every problem, but it solves money problems. And money problems are the source of most stress in people's lives. The good news is that financial literacy can be learned at any age and any income level. You don't need to be a math genius or have an MBA. You just need to understand a few key principles and apply them consistently. The wealthy aren't smarter than you. They just know different rules for the money game. Chapter 2. The Money Mindset Transformation. Before you can build wealth, you need to completely rewire your relationship with money. Kolapkar dedicates an entire section to what he calls the money mindset transformation, because he knows that without the right mindset, all the strategies in the world won't help you. Most people have a scarcity mindset about money. They believe there's not enough to go around, that making money requires sacrificing your values, and that if they become wealthy, they're taking money away from someone else. This mindset keeps you in financial survival mode, making decisions based on fear instead of opportunity. The wealthy operate from an abundance mindset. They understand that money is a tool, that wealth can be created, not just redistributed, and that becoming financially successful allows you to help more people and make a bigger impact. They see money as a game to be won, not a burden to be endured. Kolapkar introduces 5 critical mindset shifts that separate the financially successful from the financially struggling. Mindset shift number 1, from consumer to investor. Poor people see money as something to spend. Middle-class people see money as something to save. Wealthy people see money as something to invest. Every dollar you earn is either working for you or against you. When you spend money on liabilities, things that take money out of your pocket, your money works against you. When you invest money in assets, things that put money in your pocket, your money works for you. Mindset. Shift number 2, from linear income to exponential wealth. Most people think wealth comes from earning more money from their job. But jobs provide linear income. You work more hours, you make more money, but there's a ceiling to how much you can earn. Wealthy people focus on exponential wealth, investments that grow without requiring more of their time. They understand the power of compound growth and leverage. Mindset shift number 3, from short-term gratification to long-term wealth building. The average person makes financial decisions based on immediate gratification. They buy things they want today and worry about tomorrow later. Wealthy people delay gratification and make decisions based on long-term wealth building. They're willing to sacrifice today's wants for tomorrow's financial freedom. Mindset shift number 4, from financial victim to financial victor. Most people blame external circumstances for their financial situation, the economy, their boss, the government, their family background. Wealthy people take complete responsibility for their financial results. They understand that while they can't control what happens to them, they can control how they respond. Mindset shift number 5, from money as security to money as freedom. Poor and middle-class people view money as security, something to hold on to and protect. Wealthy people view money as freedom, something that gives them choices and opportunities. This fundamental difference affects every financial decision they make. Kolapkar shares the story of two brothers with identical backgrounds and incomes. One brother saved every penny in a savings account because he viewed money as security. After 20 years, inflation had actually reduced his purchasing power. The other brother invested consistently in appreciating assets because he viewed money as freedom. After 20 years, he had built enough wealth to retire comfortably. The key insight is that your financial results are directly proportional to your money mindset. If you want different results, you need to think differently about money. This isn't about positive thinking or affirmations. It's about fundamentally changing how you view money's role in your life. The transformation begins when you stop seeing money as the problem and start seeing lack of financial knowledge as the real problem. Money is neutral. It simply amplifies who you already are. If you're generous, money makes you more generous. If you're fearful, money makes you more fearful. Chapter 3. The Wealth Building Foundation. Now that your mindset is aligned, it's time to build the foundation for lasting wealth. Kolapkar reveals that most people fail at building wealth, not because they don't earn enough, but because they skip the foundational steps and try to jump straight to advanced strategies. The Wealth Building Foundation has 4 cornerstones: emergency fund, debt elimination, insurance protection, and investment education. Let's break down each one and understand why they're absolutely critical. Cornerstone number 1, the emergency fund. Before you invest a single rupee, you need an emergency fund of 6 to 12 months of expenses in a liquid, easily accessible account. Most people hate this advice because emergency funds don't earn high returns. But Kolapkar explains that this isn't an investment. It's insurance against financial catastrophe. Without an emergency fund, any unexpected expense forces you to go into debt or liquidate investments at the worst possible time. With an emergency fund, you can weather any financial storm without derailing your wealth-building plan. The emergency fund isn't about the return on your money. It's about the return of your money when you need it most. Cornerstone number 2, strategic debt elimination. Not all debt is bad, but consumer debt is financial cancer that will destroy your wealth-building efforts. Kolapkar distinguishes between good debt, debt that helps you acquire appreciating assets, and bad debt, debt used to purchase depreciating liabilities. Your mortgage can be good debt if real estate appreciates in your area. Student loans can be good debt if they increase your earning capacity. But credit card debt car loans, and personal loans for consumption are bad debt that must be eliminated as quickly as possible. Kolapkar introduces the debt avalanche method. List all your debts by interest rate and attack the highest interest rate debt first, while making minimum payments on others. This mathematically optimal approach saves you the most money in interest payments. He shares a case study of a couple who were making $80,000 per year, but felt broke because they had $45,000 in consumer debt. By following the debt elimination strategy, they became debt-free in 18 months and started investing $2,000 per month. Within 10 years, their net worth exceeded $500,000. Cornerstone number 3, insurance protection. Insurance isn't an investment. It's protection against catastrophic financial loss. Kolapkar explains that you need health insurance to protect against medical bankruptcy, term life insurance to protect your family's financial future, and disability insurance to protect your income if you can't work. The key is to buy insurance for catastrophic risks you can't afford to self-insure, not for minor inconveniences. You need enough insurance to protect your wealth-building plan, but not so much that insurance premiums prevent you from building wealth. Cornerstone number 4, investment education. Before you invest your hard-earned money, you need to understand basic investment principles. Kolapkar emphasizes that investment education isn't optional. It's the difference between building wealth and losing money to poor decisions and high fees. You need to understand the relationship between risk and return, the power of diversification, the impact of fees on long-term returns, and the difference between speculation and investing. Most importantly, you need to understand your own risk tolerance and investment timeline. The foundation phase might take 1 to 2 years to complete, but it's the difference between sustainable wealth building and financial failure. Kolapkar shares that 90% of people who skip the foundation phase end up back at square one within 5 years, while those who build a solid foundation continue growing their wealth for decades. Here's the key insight. Wealth building is like constructing a skyscraper. The foundation isn't glamorous, but it determines whether your building stands for decades or collapses in the first storm. Don't let the excitement of potential investment returns tempt you to skip these foundational steps. Once your foundation is solid, you have the financial stability and knowledge base to take advantage of wealth-building opportunities that come your way. Without the foundation, these same opportunities become financial disasters. Chapter 4, the investment fundamentals. With your foundation in place, you're ready to learn how to make your money work for you through investing. Kolapkar breaks down complex investment concepts into simple, actionable strategies that anyone can understand and implement. The first principle is understanding the difference between saving and investing. Saving preserves your money, but doesn't grow it faster than inflation. Investing grows your money over time, but involves risk. The key is finding the right balance based on your goals and timeline. Kolapkar introduces the concept of investment vehicles, different ways to invest your money, each with distinct risk and return characteristics. Let's explore the main categories. Fixed income investments. These include fixed deposits, bonds, and debt mutual funds. They provide predictable returns with lower risk, but the returns are often barely ahead of inflation. Fixed income investments are perfect for money you'll need within 3 to 5 years, or for the conservative portion of your portfolio. Equity investments, stocks, and equity mutual funds offer the highest long-term returns, but with higher volatility. Kolapkar explains that over 15 to 20-year periods, equities have historically provided the best protection against inflation and the highest real returns. The key is having the discipline to stay invested during market downturns. Real estate property can provide both rental income and capital appreciation, but it requires significant capital and ongoing management. Kolapkar discusses both direct real estate investment and REITs, real estate investment trusts, as ways to add real estate exposure to your portfolio. Alternative investments. These include gold, commodities, and newer options like cryptocurrency. While these can provide diversification, Kolapkar warns against making them a large portion of your portfolio due to their volatility and lack of income generation. The second principle is understanding risk and return. Higher potential returns always come with higher risk. There's no such thing as a guaranteed high return investment. The key is taking appropriate risk for your timeline and goals. Kolapkar introduces the risk-return spectrum, showing how different investments balance risk and return. Government bonds are low risk, low return. Stocks are high risk, high return. Your job is to find the right mix for your situation. The third principle is the power of compounding. Einstein allegedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, and Kolapkar shows exactly why. When you invest money, you earn returns. When you reinvest those returns, you earn returns on your returns. Over time, this creates exponential growth. He shares a powerful example. If you invest $10,000 at 12% annual returns, after 10 years, you have $31,000. After 20 years, you have $96,000. After 30 years, you have $300,000. The same principle, but time allowed compounding to multiply your wealth. The fourth principle is diversification, not putting all your eggs in one basket. Kolapkar explains that diversification reduces risk without significantly reducing returns. Instead of trying to pick individual winning stocks, you can invest in mutual funds that own hundreds of stocks. The fifth principle is systematic investment. Instead of trying to time the market, which even experts can't do consistently, you invest a fixed amount regularly, regardless of market conditions. This systematic investment plan, SIP approach, reduces the impact of market volatility and builds wealth steadily over time. Kolapkar emphasizes that successful investing isn't about finding the perfect investment or timing the market perfectly. It's about starting early, investing consistently, staying diversified, and letting time and compounding work their magic. The key insight is that investing isn't gambling. It's participating in the long-term growth of the economy. When you buy stocks, you own pieces of businesses. When those businesses grow and become more profitable, your investments become more valuable. Chapter 5: Tax Optimization and Wealth Protection. One of the biggest wealth killers that most people ignore is taxes. Kolapkar dedicates an entire section to tax optimization because he knows that it's not just how much you earn that matters. It's how much you keep after taxes that determines your wealth-building success. The wealthy understand that taxes are their largest expense, often bigger than housing, food, and transportation combined. While you can't avoid taxes entirely, you can legally minimize them through proper planning and strategy. Tax-advantaged investment accounts. Kolapkar explains the power of tax-advantaged accounts like PPF, Public Provident Fund, ELSS, Equity-Linked, Savings Scheme, and National Pension Scheme. These accounts either allow you to deduct contributions from your taxable income or allow your investments to grow tax-free. For example, investing in PPF not only reduces your current tax burden, but also allows your money to compound tax-free for 15 years. The tax savings alone can boost your effective returns by 3 to 4% annually for someone in higher tax brackets. Strategic asset location. This involves placing different types of investments in different account types to maximize tax efficiency. Interest-generating investments should go in tax-advantaged accounts, while growth investments that qualify for capital gains treatment can go in regular accounts. Tax loss harvesting. When some investments lose value, you can sell them to realize losses that offset gains from other investments, reducing your overall tax burden. This strategy allows you to rebalance your portfolio while minimizing taxes. Estate planning basics. Kolapkar covers the importance of having a will, understanding succession laws, and structuring your assets to minimize the tax burden on your heirs. Many people work their entire lives to build wealth only to have a significant portion lost to taxes when they pass away. Insurance as tax strategy. Certain types of life insurance can provide tax-advantaged wealth transfer and estate planning benefits, though Kolapkar cautions against using insurance primarily as an investment vehicle. The key insight is that tax optimization isn't about avoiding taxes illegally. It's about understanding the tax code and using legal strategies to minimize your tax burden. Every rupee you save in taxes is a rupee that can be invested to build wealth. Kolapkar shares the story of two investors who both earned identical returns on their investments. One ignored tax optimization and kept only 60% of their gains after taxes. The other implemented tax optimization strategies and kept 85% of their gains. Over 20 years, this 25% difference in tax efficiency resulted in the second investor having nearly 50% more wealth. Wealth protection strategies beyond taxes. Kolapkar covers protecting your wealth from other threats like inflation, market crashes, and economic instability. Diversification across asset classes, countries, and currencies can protect your wealth from various economic scenarios. He also discusses the importance of keeping some assets liquid and accessible, having proper insurance coverage, and maintaining good relationships with financial professionals who can help you navigate complex situations. The ultimate goal is building a robust financial fortress that can withstand economic storms while continuing to grow your wealth over time. This requires thinking beyond just investment returns to consider taxes, protection, and preservation strategies. Chapter 6. Building multiple income streams. One of the most powerful wealth-building strategies that Kolapkar emphasizes is creating multiple income streams. Relying on a single source of income, no matter how good it is, puts your financial future at risk and limits your wealth-building potential. The wealthy understand that true financial security comes from having money flowing in from multiple sources. If one stream is interrupted, the others continue providing income while you address the problem. The 4 types of income. Kolapkar categorizes income into 4 types, each with different characteristics and wealth-building potential. Employment income, money earned from your job or profession. This is linear income that requires your active participation and has a ceiling based on your time and skills. Business income, money earned from businesses you own or operate. This can provide higher returns than employment, but requires initial investment and ongoing management. Investment income, money earned from assets like stocks, bonds, real estate, and mutual funds. This is passive income that doesn't require your active participation once the investments are made. Royalty income, money earned from intellectual property, patents, or creative works. This can provide long-term passive income from work done once. Starting your income diversification journey. Kolapkar provides a practical roadmap for building multiple income streams without overwhelming yourself. The key is starting with one additional stream and gradually adding more as your skills and capital grow. Stream number 1. Maximize your primary income. Before creating new income streams, optimize your current income. This might mean negotiating raises, developing new skills, or changing jobs for better compensation. Your primary income funds your other wealth-building activities. Stream number 2. Create investment income. Start investing a portion of your income systematically. Even small amounts invested consistently can grow into significant passive income over time. This is often the easiest second income stream to create. Stream number 3. Develop a side business. Use your skills, knowledge, or hobbies to create additional income. This could be freelancing, consulting, online business, or any activity that generates income outside your main job. Stream number 4. Real estate income. Once you have sufficient capital, real estate can provide both rental income and long-term appreciation. This can be direct property investment, or REITs for smaller investors. The power of reinvestment. Kolapkar emphasizes that the real magic happens when you reinvest income from additional streams to create even more streams. Income from investments can be used to start businesses. Business profits can be invested in more assets. This creates a virtuous cycle of wealth building. Common mistakes to avoid. Many people try to create too many income streams too quickly and end up doing nothing well. Kolapkar advises focusing on one new stream at a time until it's generating consistent income before adding another. Another common mistake is choosing income streams that still require trading time for money. The goal is to gradually shift toward more passive income streams that don't require your constant attention. The long-term vision. The ultimate goal is reaching a point where your investment and passive income streams exceed your living expenses. At this point, you've achieved financial independence. You work because you want to, not because you have to. Kolapkar shares examples of people who started with modest incomes but built substantial wealth by systematically creating multiple income streams. The common thread is patience, persistence, and consistent reinvestment of additional income into wealth-building activities. The key insight is that wealthy people don't rely on a single income source, no matter how large. They build financial resilience through diversification and create the flexibility to pursue opportunities without the pressure of needing immediate income. Chapter 7. The Wealth Acceleration Strategies. Once you've mastered the fundamentals, Kolapkar shares advanced strategies that can significantly accelerate your wealth-building journey. These strategies are for people who have built a solid foundation and want to optimize their approach for faster results. Strategy number 1. The power of leverage. allows you to control larger investments with smaller amounts of your own money. This can amplify returns but also increases risk. Kolapkar explains when and how to use leverage responsibly, particularly in real estate investing, where mortgage loans allow you to control properties worth much more than your down payment. Strategy number 2, tax-advantaged business structures. Starting a business provides numerous tax advantages and wealth-building opportunities not available to employees. Business owners can deduct expenses, contribute more to retirement accounts, and have greater control over their tax situation. Strategy number 3, international diversification. Investing in global markets and currencies can provide diversification benefits and access to faster-growing economies. This strategy becomes more relevant as your wealth grows and you want protection from domestic economic challenges. Strategy number 4, alternative investment. Strategies for sophisticated investors. Alternatives like angel investing, private equity, or investment partnerships can provide higher returns than traditional investments, though they come with higher risk and minimum investment requirements. Strategy number 5, strategic debt usage. Advanced investors learn to use good debt to acquire appreciating assets faster than they could with cash alone. This includes mortgage loans for real estate and business loans for income-producing assets. The key insight is that these advanced strategies should only be considered after you've mastered the basics and built substantial wealth through fundamental strategies. They're acceleration tools, not substitutes, for solid financial foundations. Chapter 8. Maintaining Wealth and Legacy Planning. Building wealth is only half the challenge. Maintaining and transferring that wealth requires different skills and strategies. Kolapkar covers the essential elements of wealth preservation and legacy planning. Protecting against lifestyle inflation. As your income and wealth grow, there's a natural tendency to increase spending proportionally. Wealthy people maintain the gap between income and expenses that allowed them to build wealth in the first place. Estate planning essentials. Proper estate planning ensures your wealth transfers efficiently to your heirs while minimizing taxes and legal complications. This includes wills, trusts, and strategic asset structuring. Teaching financial literacy to the next generation. The biggest gift you can give your children isn't money. It's financial education. Teaching them the principles that built your wealth ensures the family's financial success continues beyond your lifetime. Giving back and social impact. Many wealthy individuals find that using their resources to make a positive impact provides deeper satisfaction than accumulation alone. Strategic philanthropy can also provide tax benefits while creating positive change. The key insight is that true wealth building includes planning for wealth preservation and transfer. It's not just about accumulating assets. It's about creating lasting financial security for yourself and future generations. Your financial transformation starts today. We've covered an incredible journey through the complete financial literacy system from MoneyWorks. You now have the knowledge that separates the financially successful from those who struggle with money their entire lives. But here's the most important truth. Knowledge without action is worthless. The difference between people who build wealth and those who don't isn't intelligence or income. It's implementation. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't take consistent action, you'll remain exactly where you are today. Let me give you your immediate action plan. First, Calculate your current net worth, your assets minus your liabilities. This is your starting point. Second, create your emergency fund plan. Start building it immediately. Third, list all your debts and create your elimination strategy. Fourth, open your first investment account and set up your systematic investment plan. Most importantly, commit to becoming a lifelong learner about money. The financial world constantly evolves, and your education must evolve with it. Read books, take courses, consult with professionals, and surround yourself with people who share your commitment to financial success. Remember, building wealth isn't about making dramatic changes overnight. It's about making small, consistent decisions that compound over time. Every rupee you save instead of waste, every rupee you invest instead of spend on liabilities, every day you delay gratification for long-term wealth. These small decisions create the foundation for financial freedom. The path to wealth is simple, but it's not easy. It requires discipline, patience, and the courage to live differently than most people. While others are buying liabilities and living for today, you'll be buying assets and building for tomorrow. You have everything you need to start building wealth today. You don't need more money, more time, or more knowledge. You just need to begin. Your future financially free self is counting on the decisions you make right now. The question isn't whether you can build wealth. The question is whether you will. Your financial transformation doesn't start tomorrow or next week. It starts with the next financial decision you make. What's it going to be? Will you continue living paycheck to paycheck, stressed about money, and hoping things magically improve? Or will you take control of your financial future and start building the wealth that creates true freedom? The choice is yours. Choose wealth. Choose freedom. Choose to make money work for you. Your wealthy future is waiting. It's time to claim it.